What's up, everybody? This is Voiceloop, and I want to do a walkthrough right now of the Instagram features. I kind of think that the Instagram is the best stuff here. So I created Thread. The original idea of this was for Threads. Somebody I know wanted to post 25 times a day on Threads because Hormozy posts 25 times a day on Threads. And so getting volume out is there. And so that's where Threads comes from. I really personally think that the best stuff happens on Instagram. Um, but let's talk about that, all right? So the first thing is if you find something on Threads that you really like, you can come over here and click more and promote it to Instagram or LinkedIn, and it'll turn it into a post for one of those two channels, okay? Threads is always going to have the most posts. So when you do create a new transcript or analyzes a new call, by default it does the most for Threads and a little bit for Instagram and even less for LinkedIn, just based on the volume of posting that you would do. But now what I want to do is I want to show you some of the stuff in the LinkedIn side. So if we come over here, this is a stat. This is by the numbers. Okay. And so if there's a big number that's called out in one of your coaching calls, then it's going to automatically generate a post like this. Now, I can turn this post into an insight right here, and it's going to look like this. It has a little fight me in the comments at the bottom. Or I can just make it a straight up quote like this. Okay. Now, I personally, like for this one, I think stat is appropriate right here. And I think this is really good. But what I want to show you really is let's take a look at this one right here. So this one right here, I don't really like having all of this text on a text only thing. So what I would do is I would delete all that. I would re-render it to be a little bit less, and then I'd have my caption fill out the rest. And then the other thing that we can do is we can put some slashes here. And if you double slash right there, what that does is it'll highlight those words for you. Okay. And you can do multiple words highlighted. So that's how that happens. And then, if I want to come down, click save and approve, it'll save and approve it, and it'll put it over here for us. But I don't want that. I want this to be back to a draft. But what I want to show you is let's take this longer one right here. And then let's turn this into a carousel. So click carousel. It takes a second to load, but it can do a 5-slide or an 8-slide carousel. The other thing that it can do is if you click this, you can upload your own photo. So it could be a photo of you, and that'll be the background photo for every single carousel slide. So I know that there's a lot of popular posts out there where it has like you posing and then like text on top. And so you can do it that way. All right. The other thing is when it comes to creating the carousel, you've got each slide broken down right here. Slide 1, slide 2, 3, 4, and then 5 is always going to have your CTA, follow for more. And so just want to show you all of these great features right here. And obviously, if you wanted 8 slides, you can, do 8 slides. The other thing about this, and I love doing this, is you can generate the caption. So the caption right here, there's 3 different options. You could do long form story, long form breakdown, or just punchy native. So why don't I go to long form breakdown and then generate this, and you're gonna see how it kind of changes, and it's more of like those traditional like long form breakdown kind of captions right here. And again, this is all from my voice profile that I've previously created. Then the other thing I want to show you, this is the last and most important thing in the Instagram side of things, is the AI viral. Okay. First thing I'll say is do not use the HQ. You don't need it if you're posting on Instagram. It takes a lot. It's not that it takes longer. It does take longer to render, but if you're posting on Instagram, the 720p is totally fine, and that's the default. Okay. And then the other thing is in the settings, you can upload a photo of yourself, and it can use that photo of you in the actual rendering that it creates. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we like what we see. This is not going to be a carousel anymore. Don't worry about that. It's going to completely change. And so if we want to generate this, I like to look at the different options. It gives 3 different directions here. And typically I like to pick one and then push it even further. So game show energy. I might take this and I might say charismatic. Like I might even want to say like um, other characters besides coach host are Muppets. Okay, just something to make it a little bit more like it'll stand out. So now I'm gonna generate this. This takes about 30 seconds. What's happening is it's calling the API for a GPT image 2, and then GPT image 2 is generating the image, and then that image is going to be made as the background here on this particular post. So let's just wait a second while this finishes. And then this way, what we're gonna have is just a fun Instagram post that we can play with. Okay, so any second now it'll finish up. Perfect. So it did just take the last slide right here. Follow for more. It's got the Muppets back there. Maybe what we want to say is, why don't we take what's up there? The thing you almost didn't say today because it felt too basic. That's the one right here. Let's re-render the text. Cool. Okay. So now you can actually create this and then just save and approve it and it'll post right over here. And this is how you can have some fun with Instagram. About to sneeze here. Excuse me. But really hope that you guys enjoy this. If you have any feedback, you can come up here to the feedback button and just say, hey, Steven, I hate your guts. And this will get sent right to my email so that I can respond to you personally. So thank you for paying attention. And